Hello, and welcome to A Dream. My name is Barabbas, and with my wife Catalin, we have come up with an idea we wish to dedicate the rest of our lives to, and that is Rosegate retirement home for senior dogs. The idea is that older dogs sometimes come to a point in their lives where they lose their family. And with all the challenges that an older dog faces, many times they languish in shelters, pounds, or rescues. So what we hope to do is acquire the land next door to us without buildings, convert them into living space, and make a place for older dogs to come and live the rest of their lives at home. Not a shelter, not a forever, but their home. Here is what we hope to acquire. Hello again, and if I could take you on a little journey, we can see exactly what we're talking about. The property we're coming off of is ours. Owned, our home. We're here all the time. I work part-time and my wife is fully retired. And our hope is that our neighbor, who is a farmer and does use these buildings, will one day allow us to acquire them. We're in negotiations currently, and if all goes well, these couple little buildings, which used to be part of the historic property, 135 years old plus, will become Rosegate, as we mentioned. Perspective-wise, you can see they are large buildings. This one used to be an old grain or granary. Potentially, we hope to make that into a clinic, medical facility, quarantine, and a grooming op. The idea is when a new dog comes to us, they come here. They get a full exam. We'll work with all the vets in our area as well as bring in young vet trainees, get some hands-on operation, some hands-on skill. We have another smaller building here. This one will be part of the infrastructure for laundry, storage. There'll also be a mechanic room, handle pumps, water filtration. Still a generous size, but everything is a useful resource. Power poles right here, and these used to be part of that. 135 years ago, this was a working farm. It's subdivided. That's why we need to reacquire these buildings. But if I could, let me take you over to the main unit. This used to be a corn crib, still being used for storage. Our neighbor has some equipment stored in there. And with harvest season coming up, I'm sure to see him more often, and we can see how he thinks about our new idea. We do have a website up and running, we have a small donation page, we have our social media on Facebook. Next will be crowdfunding, and during this process I'm struggling with getting our 501(c) for tax-exempt nonprofit. It's not perspective. As I get closer, you can see the size of this building is generous. I do think we can get an office, full bathroom, kitchen, meals and management, and the whole rest of the space will be open for them. Comfy couches, overstuffed chairs, no cages, no tile, no concrete, no stainless steel. It's a home for these older dogs who have given a lifetime of service to their families and find themselves abandoned. We can also potentially get a loft in there, and the idea being new arrivals, we're there. Vet technicians who are training are there. Our volunteer staff could be there. We have people who would love to volunteer. We're just not up and running yet. With all these considerations in mind, one of the most important things is, if you'd care to pan over, you would see, we own, we live. This is our home. We have spent several years improving the infrastructure, stabilizing the older buildings. We've put in a garden for pollinators, and now we want to do Rosegate. Please visit all of our websites, social media, and funding pages. And it looks like we have one of our first arrivals. Our guest doggy, or grand doggy as we call him, that's Crosby. Crosby, perfect. Thank you. And on that note, we hope to have updates for you soon.